Sat Nam, and welcome to Taurus season, and welcome to Mercury Retrograde in Taurus. This is a really, I'm going to talk about some of the main players right now. One of the biggest things is the North Node at 4 degrees. So the sun is still hovering around there because today, where are we at? We're at 6 degrees. So as we come into Taurus season, it is igniting this soul lesson that you've been working with for a year and a half. And then we also have Saturn, Pluto, who is at 0 degrees, so in Aquarius. So that also squared the sun. It squared our new moon experience. It is sitting on Mercury right now. And this is a big deal. So when Mercury went retrograde, it was at 5 degrees. It's going to go all the way up to, it's at 15 degrees, and it's going to go all the way down to 5. So basically, it's going back to where we started. And here's what we really want to know. What's going on in the energy is that Taurus is like, slow down. What's important? Value yourself. So it's about looking, there's a lot of endings going on, ending in relationships, ending in things that take our energy, ending things in our jobs, things in our obligations, and in that ending, making room for beginnings. So what we're doing right now is we're prioritizing our energy and what's important to us. And this is supposed to put ourselves at the top of the list because Taurus is ruled by Venus, right? And it is all about valuing ourselves, being worth it, taking a time out of time, slowing down. Like, oh, you may have this laundry list of things to do, but this Taurus season with Mercury in Taurus retrograde, the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio, and just the players are singing this song about make yourself a priority, slow down, and make a decision to choose you, which is, something we need to do always, but we can't always do it, right? There are times in our life where, the kids are little and the job is hectic and there's just so much. But even in that, sometimes we got to go, no, I'm going to put a stake in the earth and say, I'm going to carve out some time for me. And then there's these huge benefits because what we're doing is we are preparing ourselves for this transition of Mother Earth and her people. We are evolving and ascending into a higher consciousness. Now, not everybody is interested or doing the work or wanting to go there. But I know if you're listening to this, you are. And so what do you do with that? Now is the time to take a retreat, to go into nature, to be more quiet. And of course, at the Great Divine Flow, we're doing a retreat in the studio this weekend. So this is about, I know someone, if you're anything like me, like you've been listening, you've been thinking about, like sometimes people, I can't even tell you how many times I have 2 people on the day before the Guru is You sign up because they've already been looking at it. They've already been thinking about it. And so we definitely have room in studio for the Guru is You. Obviously, there's unlimited room on Zoom. And then the 3-day retreat. There's so many people repeating it. And I feel like the reason that is because we are being called to take a time out of time, to do the work, to take the invitation, to go deeper within the temple of ourselves so that we can nourish the soul and elevate and have the wisdom to go in a new and more supportive direction. We are at such an amazing time in humanity. I know there's just so much crazy making sometimes if we get too much into the news, but then there is also I don't know about you, but we can feel also in our hearts and in the energy around us that what we think actually manifests, and what we cultivate actually builds our environment. And if we at Great Divine Flow work together, then we are a bigger vortex. By doing the 3-day together, all of our dreams get that much more stability, that much more juice, and that much more clarity, because it's not just one soul, right? It's going to be 30 souls that are working towards that, between those that are online and those that are in house. And our cultivation of a higher consciousness for ourselves brings a higher consciousness on earth. And during the 3-day, we are going to start a meditation. We are going to do a mani, and it's the Mul mantra. It is the first mantra of the Japji, and it's all about embracing our soul and knowing that the soul has a pristine destiny. It's about tearing away karma, stripping away fate, and standing in a new possibility. We're going to do a lot of breath work. And the breath is a medicine chest. The breath activates the glandular system, and it does, depending on how we breathe, and you're going to breathe in all kinds of ways, and for lengthy times, to get a specific download from your body. When we breathe in certain ways, like certain breathing brings a psychedelic experience. Other breath brings a really loving, like mommy child feeling. It certain breathing really releases oxytocin because of what it does to the pituitary. Others are more of an endorphin-induced breathing. It is a medicine chest. And I really want you to understand that sometimes we want to grab food or we want to grab a distraction. And the truth is, when we really understand breath and mantra, we can chant and breathe in a certain way and change our state in a pretty quick amount of time. And that's so important. We want to be the master of our domain. And on Saturday, when I am with you, I'm going to be doing this death practice where we strip away fear and blocks, and we do several different breath works that bring us into a state. We do a kriya that is actually called mastering the domain, because we want to stand in our power when everything is stripped away. There is this saying that every human being dies, but not every human being lives. And in this Taurus season, Taurus is wanting us to live, not just get by, not just, check the box, but live in a state that says, I love you to ourselves. Live in a state that shows that we value our soul. And when we value our soul, we value each other's souls. There is so much coming up in the cosmos. We are building to the Scorpio lunar eclipse, which is going to be on May 5th, and I'm going to do something really special with you around that. But for now, join me and Mahan Raj Singh and Mahasat Siddhi this weekend for a deep dive into your becoming. What are you becoming? Only your soul knows. And in the quiet spaces of a personal retreat, you will be aligned with that divine truth. I look forward to spending this sacred time with you. I look forward to sending you more messages about the Taurus season. Enjoy this retrograde. This is a really sweet one. A lot of the retrogrades we've had have been in air and fire. And since Mercury is the mind, air and fire is more agitating, where the earth adds stability to the mind. It slows the mind down. It's helping us receive the wisdom of a higher mind. When our physical brain can slow down, we can inhabit the mind of God and think the way God thinks. Sound good? You're going to be able to experience that in your practice. So come to class this weekend, or if you're still on the fence, there's still room. Text me right away, because I'm making all the bags, and sign up for the 3-day. And if you want more, you'll just stay and do 7 more. So there's 7 weekends in the Guru is You. So this is the first weekend. There is 6 more after that. And every weekend builds on each one. It's called the Journey into the Authentic Power of You. And that's what the Guru is You is all about. Sat Nam.